Hi everybody, my name is Jessica and this is my channel Plant Hooker, and welcome back to my kitchen. It's gonna be a busy month of baking because this will be the second baking video this year, and I'm gonna make more stuff later on this month. Now this video is probably only go, like right now it's March, and I think this video is going up May. I think it's May, so because I'm that far ahead with videos. But today's baking adventure will be Kolaches. Kolaches. Now, this isn't my own recipe. It's a Polish recipe, and I actually got this out of a Susan Wiggs novel about 18 years ago? Yeah, 18 years ago. It was before my oldest was born. And the ex-husband loved it. And then I made it again, and after my youngest was born, and he loved it. And then I made it again when I think I was pregnant with my youngest. Was the last time I made this recipe, and like it's a really good recipe. The reason why it's not made very often because it takes a long time to make it, because it's a bread pastry, so you have to let it sit for an hour here, 15 minutes there, 20 minutes there, so it's a very long time consuming recipe. But the reward at the end is so worth it because it is a very good recipe. So today I'm making only a single batch. I don't have enough flour to make a double batch because unfortunately I can't use the regular flour. I can only eat the Einkorn flour, but the recipe will work the same way for the hybridized wheat or your everyday flour. I'm also going to be using soy milk. You can use the regular dairy milk or other seed milks if you wish. I'm using egg replacer instead of eggs because I'm anaphylactic to eggs. So if you want to use eggs, you can go ahead. Like at the bottom of the screen will be the equivalent, and the equivalent will be in the description box for the recipe. So don't come for me. Yes, I know it's going to be vegan, but I can't eat eggs and dairy. Sorry, like I'm very allergic to dairy too, not anaphylactic, like knock on wood. I'll just be in excruciating pain, and I'll either vomit or it'll come out the other end when it comes to dairy. So that's my problems with dairy, and it also gives me asthma as well, so I have to be very careful. So we're gonna start, and now I have to bring you in here because the first things we're going to want to do, and to put you down and put you here so you can see what I'm doing. Now the first things we're going to do is, where's the book? Okay, because I don't know the recipe off by heart, so I have to kind of, I still need the book. So you're going to take yeast. Now this is 2.5 teaspoons of the Fleischmann's yeast. I'll just, I think it's Fleischmann's. It's this yeast here. Where's the thing? Yeah, it's the instant yeast. You can use the packets of yeast too. So if you're using the packets, it'll be 2 packets of yeast. And you're going to want to mix this with 1 tablespoon of sugar. And then, oh, is that water still warm? No, it's not. Let the water warm up again. And it's It's half a cup of warm water. And then we're just going to add this in. Give it a stir so then it all gets wet. And it'll like activate and grow. It's already starting to make the yeasty smell, so that's good. Okay, now you're going to let this stuff sit. And then we're going to come over here. Try to centerize this as best as I can so I can still see what I'm doing. Now that is 2 cups of soy milk. Again, like I said, you could use dairy, you can use like whole milk, skim milk. I've even heard people using buttermilk for this. And then you're going to want to heat that up. And add the butter. Where's... I am not very organized. I am sorry. Well, it's been a while, so I'm like, okay, what do I do? Next is this and that. And okay, so you're going to want to heat this up and put in 6 tablespoons of butter. This is not butter. This is coconut margarine. Because, again, I can't eat dairy, but if you want to use the regular butter, you can. I'm using the Nutiva coconut margarine. Also because I don't want seed oils in my... I'm trying to avoid seed oils, which is really, really hard. I'm having a hard time, but if I can... I don't think I can entirely eliminate it. It's near impossible to. But I'm trying my best to. We're also going to need a fresh tea towel for later. So yeah, it's just basically stir this until it's melted. I'm not 100% sure if this process is necessary. I've never done it without doing this part, so I can't tell you. It shouldn't take too long to melt. Oh wow, did that... I'm looking at the yeast right now and it's like... And it went... Can I ever smell it too? Yeah. And I think coconut has a lower temperature melt than butter does. So we won't have to let this sit, because once this is all melted, you got to let it sit till it's lukewarm. And then you can continue the rest of the process. But I think because coconut has a hot, like it'll melt quicker than dairy will. So it has like a low temperature tolerance. I think that, or a higher temperature tolerance. I'm not sure how how else to word it. And I think, are we done yet? Are we melted? I think so. So let's turn it off. Bring her back over here. Is it too warm? It's a little tiny bit too warm before we can start mixing. So, okay. Now, try and get you closer to the point of where I can still do it and I'm not in your way, so you can still see what is going on, because this is what's important, not me. So, in the meantime, while you're waiting for this to cool, you can organize the rest of your stuff. So, what you will need is salt, and this is 2 teaspoons of the Celtic Sea Salt. I prefer to use the Celtic Sea Salt because it has 3 different magnesiums in it, and it helps your body to absorb water. So this salt doesn't dehydrate you like table salt will. It actually helps you. And then you'll also need, this is this is half a cup of sugar. This is the organic cane sugar. I prefer to use the organic sugar because it's not bleached or run through bone char. This is the real sugar. So, and then you'll also need the eggs replacer. So this is 2 tablespoons of egg replacer mixed with 6 tablespoons of water. The equivalent would be 2 eggs. Yeah, you can get that stuff ready while you're waiting for this to cool. While you're waiting for this to cool down. And I just wanted to show you how much the yeast poofed up. Because I'm like, holy cow. And my fingers are clean. Like, I did wash my hands and I cut my fingernails. And then I washed my hands again. Oh, that's pretty good now. So you're going to transfer this into this bowl here. And lose the spoon because now we have to switch to a whisk. I got my big whisk here. Okay, so the first thing that goes in will be the salt. Okay, and then the half cup of sugar. And then the eggs. And now the way you have to pour this in slowly because it's warm. I don't know if egg replacer will curdle. I don't think it will. But if you're using real eggs, then you got to pour it in slow so then it doesn't curdle because of the heat from the milk and butter. Like, it has yet to curdle on me, like the egg replacer, but it did curdle on me one time before I was allergic to eggs. See, in my younger days, I wasn't always allergic to eggs. I only became allergic to eggs when now. It started when I was about 25, 26. And it started to where I couldn't eat an egg by itself, but I could still eat it in baking. And then it just progressed to getting it and got worse from there. Okay, now, the yeast is really rising. Okay, now we got to put in the yeast mixture, like, holy cow. I love that yeasty bready smell. Okay, now the next step is the flour. And what you want to do is you want to put in 1 cup at a time. If you just dump the whole thing at once, I find it just curdles and then it's so hard to get it working good. And my ex-husband did say that there was a taste in the difference in the Kolaches, so 1 cup at a time. After a while, it'll get too thick to where you won't be able to whisk. Then you'll have to switch to your hands. Oh, and this is 6.5 cups of the Einkorn flour. And like I said, you can use the regular hybridized wheat. I just can't eat the hybridized wheat anymore. My stomach just can't handle it. And I'm not a fan of the gluten-free flour. And because this flour is still fine on my stomach, I eat it. It's just really hard to find. Because this comes from Italy. Because I've eaten the Einkorn that's grown in Canada. And even though it's organic, my stomach still has trouble with it. I don't know if it's because it was like the whole wheat Einkorn. But yeah. But this is me. You do you do. Oh. I think I'm gonna have to get my fingers in here. Because it's starting to get on the thicky side, which is good. And again, I wash my hands and cut my fingernails and then wash them again. And baking is messy, so don't worry about messes. that's being short too because I kind of have to stand on my tippy toes when I have to like knead things. Set that over there. It's raining pretty hard today. It's still like plus 12 outside. And something else we've been doing this week is nous faire courir la Micarane. It's an Acadian holiday here where it's basically it's like Halloween, but it lasts as a whole week. And it happens in the middle of Lent. So you dress up and you go to these people's houses. They have to try and guess who you are. And if they don't guess you, you get to put your name on their wall. And if they do guess you, then you get to go eat the food. So there's lots of food, lots of liquor too. So I usually go out early so then I can avoid the drunk people. I need more flour. And because it's a bread, you're going to need to... This counter's clean too. Need some flour into it. It's manna. Out of the way so you can see. It's coming. Just get it to stop sticking to my fingers. Or stop sticking to the cupboard. Okay, I think she's coming. Okay. Form it into a ball. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands. And dry. Now the next thing you want to do is get a greased bowl. We're going to put this in there, and then we're going to cover it with a damp tea towel. And then we're going to put it someplace nice and warm. So I'm going to put you here while I get a tea towel and dampen it. Okay. Not organized. So we have our damp tea towel. And we're simply going to put it over the bowl. And then because I had my wood stove going last night, like, it's still warm. So I think it'll be warm enough to where it'll help this to rise. Oh, that's still hot. Yeah. So, because this has to sit and rise for 1 hour. So we're going to set the timer for 1 hour. Ooh, too far. Okay, and then we'll be back. Okay, so we're back now. I let everything sit for an hour, so I'm going to go and get it. It's quite warm from the stove, but it doubled in size. This, I'll be right back. This has to go in the hamper. Okay, yeah, because the tea towel had to go in the hamper. So now, move you closer. Because now we got to take this, pinch them into little balls, and then place them on the grease cookie sheets. Can you see that? There we go. Okay, here we go. Form them into little balls. Yeah, best way to do it is try and make them like the size of eggs. And we put them here. too big. Yeah, now because this recipe will make 36. And so I'll have to grease, that's a tiny bit too big. I'll have to grease another pan. But sometimes what I like to do with the leftover, I'll just put it in a bread pan and have some nice fresh bread. I might still do that. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so I'm gonna get another pan out. I don't have another cookie sheet, so I'll have to use like a pizza sheet. And I just have to grease this one. Basically, this one will have to wait its turn. There we go. Okay, now the next thing they gotta do is you gotta let them sit for another 15 minutes because they're gonna rise again. So in 15 minutes, we'll be back. Okay, the 15 minutes is done. We also have to, at this time, it's best to preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, did I write it down? I did, yes, which is 190 degrees Celsius. Thank God I've been remembering to write it down. Okay, so the next step to do, now that they're done rising a little bit, is we gotta poke a hole with our thumb right in the middle. Okay, so, can you see? There you go. Hands are clean, and it's just so. And a little over. They kind of look like donuts. Okay. And now the next thing we're going to do is put jam in the middle of them. Now the type of jam I'm using is the blueberry lime. This is a local jam maker, and like I really like her products because it's all real food. Like there's no preservatives, no nothing. It's real blueberries, real sugars, and I really like her product. Does she have a website? Made on Cape Breton. Yes, here we go. Her website. Can I get close enough to where it'll... No, it's not. So it's hopefulhomestead.ca, all in one word. hopefulhomestead.ca. Okay, I'll put it on the bottom so you can see, and if you'd like to check out her store, you can. I really like her as a person. I've gone to craft shows with her, and I think she's absolutely wonderful. And she went to school with my older sister too, I think. Spinach, that's okay. Extra jam. That noise in the background is my oil turning on because it's too warm to have the wood stove on. It'll sweat us out. We don't want that. Majority of the jar. It. Oh my god. I love her jam. Like she makes a dandelion jam, an apple pie jam, a carrot cake jam. I can't try her strawberry rhubarb because I'm allergic to strawberries. But I highly recommend her. Okay, now, the next thing we gotta do is we make a popsicle. Now, a popsicle is like, how would I describe it? It's butter, sugar, and cinnamon, and it's like a little, it's like you have you know how you rub butter on top of your bread before you bake it, or you oil it down? It's something like that, but a sweetened one. So, don't mind the mess. We're still in the early stages because I've been editing at the same time while I've been baking. So you got to take half a cup of butter and you got to melt it. We're just going to do this. That should be enough. And I'll get a proper bowl. I think this one will do. And another whisk. Oh, I think that's good. Yeah. Oh, no, stop. Okay. Simply pour it in here. And then you're going to want to add in, how much is it? Where's my thing? It's a whole cup of sugar. Like I said, it's the organic sugar by a brand called Just Us that's manufactured in Nova Scotia on the mainland. And just mix it around. And then we add, I think it's a teaspoon. Is it a teaspoon? Yes, it's a teaspoon of cinnamon. This is just the regular cinnamon. It's not the Ceylon cinnamon, which I wish I could get around here, but it's so hard to find. Actually, why am I in the way? I forgot. I should be up here doing this. So yeah, so you just mix it together until you make like a bit of a paste. Like so. Okay, we're going to bring you back over here to the lovelies. Because these are important, not me. And I think that's good enough. There we go. And then you take a fork. And you simply like kind of spread it over. I think a brush would probably be easier, but I don't have a brush. I did. I don't know why. But I was spring cleaning the other day and I seen it and it didn't look very well. I was like, I think we should throw you. And now I kind of regret it. It probably just needed to be cleaned. So this would be called a popsicle, according to the novel in the recipe. Like you can see, they're still rising now. And it's okay if you get it in the jam. It's going around the top anyways. And you can buy like a popsicle already made, and it's like drier than this, and you can like just sprinkle it on. But I like to do homemade because that's just the way I am. Just remembering I forgot to give Sylvie her medicine. Because I just seen her walk by in the corner of my eye. It's like, oh, I forgot to do her. And she had a urinary tract infection or a bladder infection. We don't know which one. But it wasn't a bacterial infection, and they couldn't find like infection in her urinalysis other than that she had her white blood cells were up, so they sent us home with amoxil for her. But the problem with amoxil and me is I'm allergic to it, so every time I have to give her medicine, I have to wear little surgical gloves and pray that there's no leakage, so that I don't break out in hives. Yeah, I'm allergic to a lot of things. I do not wish these on my worst enemy. Just because of how much I know how bad it is. I'm gonna get a nice bread. There we go. Now they're ready to be popped into the oven. Or no. No. Well, we'll leave it on. So they have to sit for another hour before they go in the oven. Okay. Yeah, so they gotta sit like this for an hour. Oh, too much. And then we'll be back. Okay, so now it's time to put them in the oven. And I don't know if you can hear it. Maybe if I bring you closer. I hope the phone's picking up the crackling noise. But that's them getting bigger. Like you can see that they got bigger in size. So the oven's been preheating, and you bake them at 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 190 degrees Celsius, for 20 minutes. These will go in first, and then these ones will have their turn, and then we'll be back. Okay, so now it's time to pull them out of the oven. I accidentally turned it off because I still need it to keep running for these ones. So we're going to pull them out now. Oh my God. Don't they look scrumptious? And then we're going to put these ones in so they can bake for 20 minutes. And we'll be back in 20 minutes because that's when these will be cooled down enough to eat. 20 minutes, and we'll be right back. Okay, so now we're back. This batch here is ready for the taste testing, but I also have to take the third batch out of the oven. Oh, leave the oven door open. Turn off the light to let some of the heat out. Don't waste heat. Time of year. I'll have to change my shirt. I got a friend coming over to try them. And if she likes it, she might take the recipe home too. And I don't remember if she has Polish in her background. I know she's got like Scandinavian based on her last name. But we're going to try one now. And of course, I'm going to take it. See? It came out really good. Oh my God. Polish people can really bake things. Best way to describe it, it's like eating a fruity donut. Sorry, I can't. This is really good. I really wish this recipe was so much easier to make because it would be made more often. Oh, because I started this at 9:15 in the morning, and it is 20 to 2. So it takes 5 minutes to eat one. Because they're that good. So if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If not, you can always give me a thumbs down. Everybody has a right to their opinion. But if you really do like the video, leave me a super thanks, or preferably subscribing. Subscribing is free. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me out tremendously. And I want to thank every single one of you for watching. I greatly appreciate your views and your likes. You have no idea how much it helps my family. But remember, sprinkle, sprinkle. Live long, bake on.